This is Blaze West here. I just want to bring you updates and some vlogs on some upcoming things on the channel. I also wanted to give you a little sneak peek at my PS3 gaming collection. It's not the biggest one out there, and it may not be the best, but I definitely have some great games I would love to share with you. In this first little video, I want to show you my first-person shooters, or FPSs as you'd like to call them. And the first one up is actually one that I started out with, and I think is one of the best, if not probably the best, multiplayer online first-person shooter. Something that I really enjoyed and still enjoy to this day, and that is Battlefield Bad Company 2, and I'll put that up there so you can take a good look at it. Excellent game, great sound, great gameplay. The mechanics on the shooting is tight, the guns are balanced, graphics are still great even for it being a few years old. But yeah, absolutely one I suggest. And again, that's Battlefield Bad Company 2. Fun game. Another one you guys have probably already heard about, Battlefield 3. Another excellent game brought to you by Dice. Great online multiplayer shooter. Fun. They did a lot of things different in this game than they did in Bad Company 2. They upped the ante on graphics. Sound still good. Guns. I still think it's a work in progress, and I still think they have a little ways to go. But definitely think if you're looking for an online multiplayer that's competitive, that's more realistic as opposed to those of like Call of Duty or other things like that, then Battlefield 3 and Bad Company 2 are definitely two that you guys should get. Next on my list has got to be one of my all-time favorite games of all time. It is Borderlands, and I have here the Game of the Year edition. Great game, RPG, first-person shooter, came with 4 DLCs they have for it. You got the Zombie Island of Dr. Ned, which is fun. You got Mad Moxie's Underdome Riot, which we're going to be shooting waves of enemies and bosses. Another one is Claptrap's New Robot Revolution, and this one you get it. If you've ever seen this game or played this game, Claptrap is hilarious, and in this one you get to shoot a whole bunch of Claptraps, so that's awesome. The best DLC on this one by far, hands down, is the Secret Army of General Knox. Good story, good bosses, plus they added a bunch of new guns, which are the Pearl Essence. Definitely suggest this game. It's got tons of guns, tons of ways to play. Absolutely love it. The only one I think is a little bit better than that has got to be Borderlands 2. This game is insane. With the amount of stuff that you can have and the types of guns and the weapons and the mods and all new skill trees, all new classes. They up the ante on the story. Story's even better. Graphics, the gameplay, everything is a lot better. I definitely think you should get this one, Borderlands 2. You can check it out locally at GameStop or Amazon, Best Buy, pretty much anywhere. They're going to have Borderlands 2. Next one on my list I've got is Bioshock 2. It's a good game, good first person. It allows you to do some little bit of things where you can shock people and then shoot them or hit them with something. I definitely I think Bioshock 1 better. I've played that. I didn't care for the puzzles and the hacking as much in the game as opposed to Bioshock 2, but I think as far as gameplay and I think as far as graphics and story, it was a lot better. So I definitely suggest Bioshock 1, but Bioshock 2 is also a very good game. Next on my list is one of my son's favorite games, and it is Call of Duty. He has Black Ops 2. I believe he's played pretty much every Call of Duty ever made. Right now we currently have Black Ops 2. He loves the multiplayer. That's pretty much what he plays. For what it does, it's an arcade shooter as opposed to the Battlefield, which is a little bit more realistic. What they do well. They've been in the business for a long time, and they know what they're doing. It's not going to be for everybody. It's definitely not for me. It is kind of fun every once in a while to kind of go in and do some of the cool tricks that you can do. People's got the dolphin dives and things like that. It's a fun game, though. Good game. Call of Duty. Black Ops 2. Next on my list, I got this game. I'd never heard of this game before. Did some reviews on it. Crysis II. One of the best looking games on the console. If you're looking for a game with great graphics, it's got a pretty decent storyline. Some pretty awesome things about this game is your armor mode and your stealth mode and what you can do with this awesome suit. You can do some incredible feats. You can jump down from like a 12-story building or something and not take hardly any damage if you're in armor mode. You can also go invisible and come up behind somebody and take them out, which is pretty awesome. But graphics are great. If you're looking for a great graphics game, definitely one of the best ones on the console. And that's Crysis II. Alright, next one up on my list is a stealth first-person shooter, Deus Ex, Human Revolution. Another one I hadn't really heard much about, did some reviews on it, checked it out, thought it looked really interesting, cool concept. I love it, love the color scheme in it. It's got a lot of blacks, a lot of golds, a lot of things like that. There are some level design issues, I think, but it's a good mix of action and roleplay, and it's also kind of like an RPG because you can actually tailor your skills to the way you want to play. If you want to be more stealthy, go more into that. If you want to do some really cool stuff and jump down and throw out some Icarus wings and then take out an enemy, you can do that as well. So it's got a little bit of everything for everybody. Next two on my list, I got 1 and 2 of, or actually I should say 2 and 3. It's Far Cry 2. Introduced this game by some friends of mine. It's a good game. It's fun. It did get a little boring at times for me. Just the way the enemies respawn and you have to drive for long distances to try to find an enemy. But one thing I did love was the effects on this game. The fire effects are amazing. You can take a Molotov cocktail, throw it into a group of enemies. Enemy will scatter. The fire starts to spread from the grass to the trees, starts spreading around, and it can spread out over a huge area and kill a bunch of enemies, which I thought was pretty cool. It's a pretty open world, and you can pretty much approach any objective the way you want to. The only one better than that has got to be, hands down, Far Cry 3. Have I told you the definition of insanity? This game is amazing. Awesome. Everything about Far Cry 2 that you may have liked, they upped the ante. Everything you didn't like about Far Cry 2, they made it even better. There's not a whole lot more I could say about this game, other than it's absolutely amazing, and you have to get this game. Far Cry 3, head and shoulders above, could be a game of the year. Just amazing game. 18 of Best of the Awards, E3 awards, and nominations it got. So many different weapons you can use, so many different animals you can hunt, from tigers to bears to Komodo dragons. Like, what kind of game has Komodo dragons? Like, these things are fierce. You've got to play this game. It's amazing. Another one I got here is Rage, Anarchy Edition. Another great game. Love the vehicle multiplayer combat. It kind of reminds me of Twisted Metal. Really tight controls. Really fun to play. Good story. It's got good graphics, great sound, great gameplay, and there's not a whole lot of bad things I could really say about this game. I love this game. Pick it up. It's Rage. Next game I have here is the one that started the whole series, Resistance: Fall of Man. Great game. Graphics are pretty good, especially for when it first came out. I think it was one of the first games to ever come out on PS3. I believe it came out exclusively with the PS3, and you can only get it on PS3. I love it because you can actually play co-op, and me and my son love to play this game, love to play it together. Definitely one I suggest. I got 9.5 out of 10, 5 out of 5 on XPlay. If you haven't played this game yet, definitely check it out. It's Resistance: Fall of Man. And the next one I have here is one I was a little bit disappointed in, but it's a cool concept, and that's Turok. I mean, that's awesome. You can play and fight dinosaurs and people. I wish there was more games where you can have dinosaurs. Battlefield, throw that in there. I'd love to jump on a T-Rex and RPG somebody off a dinosaur and then claw them to death, or hop on a Velociraptor and swoop down and do some cool stuff like that. Next one I have here is probably one of the most underrated first-person shooters on the market, and if you have not heard about this, check it out. Singularity. This game is awesome. Very underrated. Completely awesome. Love the story. Love the gameplay. It's a lot like Call of Duty as far as the game controls go. It's very tight, great sound, very eerie. You get to jump back and forth through time and manipulate objects, which I think is really awesome. These are just a few of my first-person shooter games, and I'm going to bring some more series with some of my third-person shooter games, and I've got a couple of sports games and stuff. Still building the collection up. Definitely I would like if you guys could hit that like, comment, and subscribe. I've got more videos coming. I will be having gameplays, game reviews, walkthroughs, let's plays, you name it, I'm going to have it.